So let's talk about The Grinch 2018. I know what you're thinking. Why am I covering this one first before I do the 2000 Grinch tomorrow? That's a pretty good question, because even I don't know what I was thinking when I put the schedule together. I don't know, maybe because I thought that... Because this Christmas in July, obviously, is going to be a mix of older and newer reviews, based on holiday stuff that I've covered on Time About the Movies and other things as well. I figured for the third day of this, might as well give you a new review before I repeat the older review from the 2000 Grinch tomorrow here. But either way, we're here, so let's go ahead and talk about the 2018 The Grinch. This time being produced by Illumination Entertainment, their second attempt at bringing the Dr. Seuss world to life on the big screen after the Lorax, and we all know how well that turned out. Spoiler alert, it didn't turn out very good there. But I will at least say that this is better than that one. But the big question is this better than the 2000 Grinch? Well, a little bit of yes, but also a little bit of no. Let's touch on it, and then we'll talk about it for ourselves. The Grinch, here played by Benedict Cumberbatch, hatches a sneaky scheme with his trusted canine Max and his new pet reindeer Fred. That's right, they added a reindeer in here for some reason, to ruin this year's Christmas when the residents of Whoville plan to make their annual holiday 3 times bigger than last year's. Steal all the Christmas gifts from Whoville's houses dressed as a fake Santa Claus. And also, while the Grinch plots his plans, Cindy Lou Who plans to seek out Santa Claus to thank him for helping her widowed mother, played by Rashida Jones, every Christmas. But little does she know, she's trying to blow the Grinch's cover. And like I said, there's two things certainly that have a mixed reception to them. When it comes to Dr. Seuss, the film adaptations they've done that have been more misses than hits. The 2000 Grinch movie was okay, but has many faults. Cat in the Hat was terrible. Horton Hears a Who was pretty good. The Lorax was also terrible. But when it comes to Illumination, their stuff has also been a mixed bag. Despicable Me's 1 and 2 were okay. Hop was kind of bad. Lorax was again terrible. Minions was the first film I actually liked from them. I also like Secret Life of Pets. Sing is a movie that I've really liked. Despicable Me 3, again, a little better than the last movie, but not by that much. And of course, they've gotten better since then. You know, this one, and then I think Sing 2 was after that. Then Minions: The Rise of Gru, and then Super Mario Brothers and Migration, and then they've kind of been on a slump recently with the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and also Despicable Me 4, but hey, Minions and Monsters is coming out just around the time this comes out, so who knows, maybe it'll be good. I haven't seen it yet by the time you listen to this, but regardless, when I first saw this movie, there was a lot of concerns coming into it, and as far as the final result goes, I could say that my heart didn't necessarily grow 3 sizes, but it grew about 1.5, maybe 2 sizes. The bottom line is, I did enjoy the movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything too great, and it certainly will never top the 1966 original by any stretch of the imagination, but on the whole, I think they did just enough to make a slightly better movie than the 2000 film was. The animation is definitely brighter and colorful, and it works well to capture the spirit of the Dr. Seuss stories, and certainly has improved nicely compared to the Lorax 6 years ago, that's for certain. I thought the voice work overall was good. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was good in this, and he does have a couple funny moments in here as the Grinch, but if I'm being honest, I do kind of prefer Jim Carrey in the live-action role than I did with Cumberbatch in this animated role, specifically with the accent. I mean, he literally sounds like a mix between the Grinch and Sheldon Cooper. I could hear Jim Parsons coming out of that voice of Benedict Cumberbatch here, trying to do more of an American accent overall here. And I just like that Jim Carrey did go all in on that performance in the Grinch movie. That's the one thing I'll give the 2000 Grinch movie, is that Carrey goes for it, and goes for it usually to success. Other times not so much, but it certainly is more hit than miss than something in Benedict Cumberbatch's case in this particular film. There were pretty funny elements throughout the film. I think the comedy overall was good for the most part, but there were definitely lulls when the comedy was kind of weak, mostly associating with the reindeer character they throw in here, and, you know, you gotta have a screaming goat in here because, you know, it's a 2000s kids movie. Of course it's gotta be that way. But most importantly, what I think this film did better than the 2000 film did, it did enough to provide a satisfying film all around. There is padding in this, but it's not that kind of padding that was all over the 2000s film. There was no reason a Grinch movie needed to be over 2 hours and 30 minutes long, with an entire 30-minute segment that could have easily been gone and would have changed nothing to the story. Here, there definitely is padding and filler, but it's nowhere near as distracting or as unnecessary as it was in the 2000 film. Even the music, I thought, but, you know, it does lead to a lot of my negatives overall. And like I said, the overall story itself is nothing special because it's really something we've seen done before. It doesn't really add anything new to the storyline we know already, with the exception of the way the film ends. I will give it this. They add an extra scene here at the end where, you know, the Grinch returns all the Christmas decorations and all that, and you think the story's going to end there, just like in the original movie and the special as well. But no, they add a new twist to it where, you know, the Grinch takes the stuff back, and then, you know, he goes back to his lair and basically just thinks about, you know, what the hell is, you know, what he did and all that. But then Cindy Lou invites her to her family's Christmas party, and so the Grinch has to go back to this place that he just stole everybody's presents from nearly a day ago, and he has no idea how he's going to be accepted by the people overall, and he slowly but surely helps him out, and then even he starts to realize that, okay, there's no, what's the word I want to use here? This is not some kind of secret revenge for what happened the day before. It's like, no, they're trying their best to actually, you know, show the Grinch that, hey, you know, we understand why you did what you did, but we're also grateful that you came back. And you know, the thing about Who's in This Town is that unlike the 2000 movies, where the 2000s movies is where they can feel a little obnoxious, the Who's could. At least here, they're understandable of the situation in general, and I like the fact that they did something unique and different with it with the very end. I thought that was pretty cool overall. But other than that, though, most of the story is kind of been there, done that. Even the music is kind of lackluster. And this is a score by Danny Elfman. You know, this really does not feel like Danny Elfman doing what he does best. This feels like Danny Elfman on autopilot, man. It's just there, and yeah, I really don't like the Tyler, the Creator version of You're the Mean One, Mr. Grinch, sounding more like a Cliff Notes version of the song than a new twist on the song in general. I did not think it was that good of a version. And to be honest, this probably is my overall favorite Dr. Seuss film adaptation we've gotten so far, mostly because, one, it sticks to the source material for the most part, and the new stuff they add isn't anything horrendous or offensively bad, and there are some creative new edges to it. But then again, it's a heavily flawed film, absolutely. There's still enough there for me to say that I enjoyed it, and I came out of it feeling good, that I wasn't watching a misfire of a film here. The final product overall is a serviceable and fun animated film, and it's definitely one when, if it shows up on TV during the holiday season, I'll at least watch it once during the year, mostly on Christmas Day when NBC plays it on TV after the original Grinch and all that, and the day's kind of wrapping up. But yeah, it's not one of those ones I'd watch over and over and over again, but I still recommend it as a good adaptation. Not one of the stronger, I mean, certainly about as good as we're going to get so far, because, I mean, really look at what we've had since. A mixed bag live-action adaptation of The Grinch, and then a terrible Cat in the Hat movie, and then Horton Hears a Who movie, and then a really terrible Lorax film. So yeah, this one is the one where I at least came out of it going like, hey, I got most of the enjoyment out of it, so I'll take that. I mean, there definitely is a place for a good Dr. Seuss movie, Aaron, here. And, you know, Warner Brothers has got the Cat in the Hat coming up this November, so we will see if that trend will either continue, or does Warner Brothers find the magic it needs to make the Dr. Seuss franchise series come to life in movie form. Only time will tell. But for The Grinch 2018, it's a little bit better than the original, the 2000 Grinch movies, but there's still some flaws to it that I would say make the 2000 film a little bit better than the 2018 film. It's definitely a mixed bag film, but one that I would say is more mixed than positive to me. So there you go. That's my thoughts on The Grinch 2018.